Very good morning, class 11. So, let's continue with the chapter which we have started from the book Snapshot. So, today we are going to finish the reading of this chapter, which is written by J B Priestley. So, till now we have discussed about it at how the mother or the lady of the family who is doing all the things for the family members, especially if I would talk about the housewives here. But in return, she is not getting the same things, the love and affection from the family members. So this is about the story only, this play here, one act play. So here, Mrs. Fitzgerald, Mrs. Pearson's neighbor, that fortune teller lady, she helped her out by exchanging their personalities, by exchanging their souls, and she tried to teach the lesson to the family members of Mrs. Pearson. So she taught how to behave with others, especially with the wife, mother, or with the others also. To George Pearson, that is the husband, then Doris, daughter, and Cyril, son. So now we are here. Once again, these two ladies are together, but they are in the bodies of each other. So now, original Mrs. Pearson, the soul of Mrs. Pearson, which was in the body of Mrs. Pritzker, and vice versa, she told her to come back to their original places now because she said that I am already over with it. Now it's too much. We need to come back. We need to exchange again. Although that soul of Mrs. Pritzker said that we can continue it with little more, but she was with it. Now it's totally fine. We need to exchange the souls again. So we are on page number 50. So let's read the last part of this story now. So Mrs. Pritzker, because there was Mrs. Pritzker said, Mrs. Pritzker, we must change back now. We really must, because there was a soul inside of Pearson. Why? Because this has gone far enough. I can see they are miserable, and I can't bear that. A bit more of the same would go them good, making a great difference already. No, I can't stand any more of it. I really can't. We must change back. Hurry up, please, Mrs. Fitzgerald. Well, if you insist, yes, I do. Please, please. So now they have exchanged their swords. She said that I can't take, my family is already taking too much, and I can't see that now. This is enough now. So she said, okay, we now, if you insist, then we can exchange the souls. And once again, she chanted the mantra for the exchanging the souls, and now they are in their original bodies. Mrs. Pearson's soul in Mrs. Pearson's body only, and Mrs. Fitzgerald's soul in Mrs. Fitzgerald's body only. Oh, well, enjoy that. I didn't. So Mrs. Pearson said, I haven't enjoyed it actually. Well, you ought to have done. Now listen. Now Mrs. Fitzgerald gave advice to Mrs. Pearson not to be soft with them again. Don't apologize. Don't explain anything of this whole episode, because what would happen? They would once again take you very lightly. So don't be very soft with them again. You need to have that hold, so that because you only said you spoil them and you're not able to control them. So it's better you should talk to them. You should have that authoritative, that decisive nature now, and they should take it to you in that manner. Okay. So don't go on sort with them, else it all have been wasted. I will try not to, Mrs. Fitzgerald. They have not had as long as I would like to have give them another hour or two's rough treatment might have made it certain. I'm sure they will do better now, though I don't know how I'm going to explain. Don't you start explaining or apologizing or you're done for. So she said, don't apologize, don't explain. It's all right for you, Mrs. Fitzgerald. After all, they aren't your husband and children. She said, it's very easy to say it to you, but these are my family members here. Now you listen to me. You admitted yourself you were spoiling them and they did not appreciate you. Any apologies, any explanations, and you will be straight back where you were. I'm warning you, dear, just give them a look, a tone of voice now and again to suggest you might be tough with them if you wanted to be, and it ought to work. Anyhow, we can test it. So she said, you only mentioned you spoiled them. You only mentioned they're not giving you the that affection earlier. So now don't give any kind of justification to them. You need to have that authoritative nature. Don't be very soft. Don't have that soft tone with them again. Be tough with them so we can test. Now, how they said, she said, now we can test them. So she asked from Mrs. Pearson, what do you want with your family members? She said that I want that we should play a game of cards, that is rummy, and we should all prepare together supper. So she said, okay, we can see how the family members are. How? Well, what is it you would like to them they don't do? Stop at home for once. So Mrs. Whitgill said, what do you want? They should stop at home and they should do the things which you like. Yes, and yes, give me a hand with supper. Anything you would like them to do that you enjoy, whether they do or not. Well, yes, I like a nice game of rummy, but of course I hardly have one except at Christmas. So she said, I want that we should prepare supper and we should play a game of rummy. That's all do then. But remember, keep firm and you have had it. Now you can come in. So she called all the family members, but remember a firm hand. So she once again advised her that you need to have the upper hand, be a firm hand. I will just off to let you enjoy yourself. Now the whole family entered. Doris, yes, mother, Mrs. Pearson. Seeing that you don't want to go out, I tell you what I thought we would do. Remember, Mrs. Witzel said, remember, she was basically telling that you need, she was giving that thing to Mrs. Pearson that you need to be very firm right now. No objections, I hope, Mrs. Pearson. George, no, mother, whatever you say, Mrs. Pearson. I thought we would have a nice family game of rummy, and then you children could get the supper ready while I have a talk with your father. George, he agreed. He said, suits me. What about you two? Even Cyril mentioned, yes, that's all right. Doris, well, Mrs. Pearson, what? Because Doris, she said, well, she said like this, so Mrs. Pearson said, what? Speak up. She said, no, I think it would be lovely. Goodbye, Mrs. Fitzgerald. Come again soon. Yes, dear. Night all. Have a nice time. And Mrs. Fitzgerald exit. So finally, the family members of Mrs. Pearson learned a lesson that how they need to treat the lady of the house or the mother or the wife or every member is same. You can't take any person for granted, especially that lady because she acts as the backbone of the family. She's like the pillar of the family. So you need to treat them equally. It doesn't mean if she's a housewife or a house lady or whether working also that if she's doing all the household activities of the family, you can take it for granted. No, absolutely not. So I really hope this is clear to you. So if any doubt, please ask and the rest we can discuss about it. So there are a few questions here like the play written in 1950s. What are the issues it raises? Do you think it caricatures these issues? So you need to explain about that. If you were to write about these issues today, what were some of the incidents? So think about it. Is drama a good medium for conveying a social message? Obviously, through drama, we can convey various social messages. So, yeah. So, even you can discuss any about plays or films also. Thank you. God bless you all.